Rated E for everyone.
All around the world, farmers know farming is an art. Like life, we know it can be hard. And it can be surprising, too. But sometimes it's about being at the right place at the right time. A wise man once said that the best lessons are learned under the wide open sky. I think the same thing can be said about our art. Yeah, it can be messy, but it's always beautiful. So beautiful it can help you see yourself and the world in all new ways. In the art of farming, the soil is the canvas, the seeds are the paint, and the harvest is the masterpiece.
Hey, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good. Is it missing something? You're too cute to eat. Maybe some fresh spinach for a change?
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
All right, we are back. Hello, everybody. Back to PV Canyon Gaming, or sorry, PV Canyon Crossing. We're going to do some beehiving today. Just running down to where I get the beehives made. So I've had the production going. I'm pretty sure there's quite a few beehives to pick up. We need to load them into the production, or into the bee farm basically. So that's what we are up to at the moment. So we got fresh hives already made down by the lumber mill, which is where I'm heading right now. Most of the supplies that I need to make the hives are made of lumber products with the exception of nails, so that's why I've got it down at the lumber mill. So we're heading here. We're going to start seeing the cornfields as well, the state that they're in as we're driving down here. They are growing, so we've got corn on the left and the right. So you can see the corn now growing. Soon eventually this whole area is going to be full of corn. I'll be showing you guys the silage bunker that I've put down as well. Because you guys had voted that I should make silage. So forage harvester purchase in the near future. To chop all the corn down. I got more corn too over at the farm. So this is just one small amount. We're gonna snake our way in here somewhere. I'll probably go this way. It's a little tight in here now that the corn is growing, because I can't drive over it or else I'll damage it, right? Alright, so we're coming back here. We got some products here. Oh, I guess I probably should pick up some of this stuff, clear out the productions, I guess. Reverse my truck up a bit. That's the beehive production just in front of me there. I'll reverse up. See if we can universal auto load this. Any more going to spawn? I'm not too sure. I better clear out that production as well. Alright, let's turn around here. This one's nearly full too. Then we'll need to load up with some honey. Well, hives, sorry. Not honey. That comes a little later. So bees on PV Canyon Crossing work differently than what you would experience on like a regular gameplay map. You've got to create the hives first, and they are consumable. Oh, I've got to clear out all of that too. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's a lot of wood products. Ooh. That's what happens when you're terraforming for like two game saves and you forget to empty out the productions, I guess. Let's go over here. So our beehives are, let's see, I think lined up right here. I think those are them. Not sure if the hell I can load them up. Let's see. Control Shift R. Oh. Not sure why my auto load isn't working. Let's just switch around maybe. I'll figure it out. Or do I have to spawn them out somewhere? That's nails. That's glue. Pretty sure the other side is lumber. Can I pick these up? What is that? Planks? Oh, well, this should be the spawn area over here. Let's see here. Switched it to spawning. Oh, here they are. They're popping out over here. Okay, that's better. Slowly disappearing. I guess they would get made there. Okay, that's close as I can, I guess. Nope, still no auto load. Okay. Let's try this a bit differently. Got some resin coming out over there. That makes glue, by the way, which is part of making beehives. Alright, let's spin around here. Let's try. Maybe I can't auto load these. Can I auto load other stuff? Let's see. Something weird's going on. Oh, bail mode is enabled, maybe. Yeah, there we go. So I can get the resin loaded. Alright, let's back up. I'm not going to move the resin. I'll just load these up. Okay. Oh, they take up quite a bit of space, don't they? Any more getting any more popping out? Oh, there's another one. Not sure if I can put any more on here. Yeah, well, we'll leave this here for now because we do need to clear out another area. We'll continue to let that maybe spawn. Right, we gotta clear out the wood area. That's gonna be a problem. With our forklift. Before we head back to the main farm, because I don't think I'm gonna be returning here for a bit. during the live stream. So I might as well get everything cleared out. We're gonna move the resin, even though I've got plenty of room for resin still, but this is a byproduct from the lumber mill. You don't get this in the regular maps. This is only on PV Canyon Crossing. And you use it to make glue. And probably a few other products too. So I wonder if I can just wheel this over to, not sure. Probably we'll move this over here. I think I want to put it in the second one. Put it in this one. There we go. At some point I should get a telehandler probably in here. I think that might be a better idea. Had this forklift for quite a while, so okay, let's go in here. Pick you up. I can't pick up two because these are really heavy. Like they get evenly spaced out on the transport truck too, so and almost like the beehives. And these are just. Oh, I don't know what happened there. There we go. Only a few more, and these are double stacked, so I've definitely neglected clearing out the spawn points. I'm surprised my server isn't like wacky doodling out, spazzing out. As usually if I have like a lot of products spawned, it just goes a little crazy is how I want to say it. But I'm not noticing any problems, so I didn't even reboot the server before I started my live stream today. So not sure how many people will join me on my live stream today. It's earlier than when I normally stream. I've got plans to go pick up my sister this afternoon from the airport, so and that's happening during my regular streaming hours. So we'll see how many people show up for my stream. I mentioned it a bit yesterday during my two live streams on the Fraser Valley map and my World of Warcraft live stream. So it's always good to be consistent live streaming, not just especially on YouTube anyway, so I'm not too sure about Kick. I imagine Kick too, but I know for YouTube the algorithm will pump out your live stream based on your behavioral habits. So if you always stream at certain times, usually the algorithm will give you a bit of a boost or something like that, from what I've read or heard, if you're consistent in that fashion. And how you like promote your video or your stream. So if you keep on changing like the name or the title or something like that, I mean, you can do that to a degree, but you have to maintain a certain amount of consistency, I think, with what information you provide, and then it retains, I guess, views or something like that. Like PV Canyon Crossing, I've been playing this for an extremely long time, so I usually get a lot more views on this map compared to any other map. If I try to start a new map or something, right, because I changed the name and all of that stuff and it's called something else, it's usually harder to get an audience. And I do have people on, you know, I've got people subscribed, so I just don't think that YouTube sends the information out because it's different, right? It doesn't have an established brand, so it takes a while. Like the Fraser Valley map, I think I'm getting some gravity with that. No Man's Land, huge gravity now. In part, not just because I guess part of the fact that I'm streaming on it, but the other factor too is there's other content creators actually making content on it. So it is good to have other people doing something similar to what you're doing. It also, I find, seems to help a channel. So it's some people might think, oh well, you got to compete against other content creators, blah 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 blah, but I guess but there's actually certain things I've noticed that if a bunch of people are doing a certain amount of content that's similar, YouTube, the more people doing certain content, YouTube will push it out more, is what I'm trying to say, right? So with regards to farming simulator maps as an example, right? The more popular maps or the well-known ones like No Man's Land, guaranteed going to get reasonable amount of views because it's a well-known map, very popular, and it's been around for I don't know how many years, and also the fact that it's in more than one expansion, right? That one's an interesting one because that map is different. Like I think what I'll say is it gets consistent viewership, a reasonable, healthy amount. Sometimes maybe an extreme amount. Like usually in the beginning, it'll get an extreme amount, but it always seems to like neutralize out. So it doesn't go completely dead with interest or anything like that. It just simply goes to like a medium hype, is how I'm going to put it. Now, if you get a bunch of content creators that come out and start doing that map, then it gets hyped up, right? But it doesn't go like dropping down to like 10 views or anything like that, right? It remains reasonable. Even if it's not like played by everyone at the time, if that makes sense. So I'm using that map as an example because I've noticed that, you know, earlier on everyone was playing No Man's Land, and it just poof exploded, and because a lot of content creators were playing that map earlier on, but that was released way in the beginning of Farming Simulator 22, and then it was brought over from 19. So it's an established map that's well known from previous games. So that's why it kind of balances out. Like it doesn't do horribly and it doesn't do super great, is what I'm trying to say, whenever there's no hype train. But then whenever you get like a whole whack of content creators doing content with No Man's Land or putting it in their what do you call it, inside their descriptions and stuff, I noticed, well, it will hype up, but once the hype is over with, let's say content creators start meandering off, right, and they start doing other maps and stuff like that, it still consistently still does good. Maybe not like over the top good, but a well grounded good, which I think is interesting information to know, as I've observed with my channel. I was like, okay, well, if you're starting off with Farm Sim as your streaming platform, you'll know, okay, well, No Man's Land is probably a good map to go with, just to get, you know, your audience up. So, and I guess doing the stuff that you're doing on the map too makes a difference as well. Starting a brand new map is like crazy, and getting the hype train up. So this is an example where your fellow streamers kind of help out. So I'm a very small channel, right? Compared to like some of them. But when Aussie Nomads came out, not very many people knew about it. And my viewership for that was very small. It needed to be built up. Most of the build up, I wouldn't say for interest for it, was not done by me, because I'm a very small channel on YouTube. But I honestly think what was interesting at the same time, I know Argsy Gaming had been doing some live streams for it, and I think maybe he started. I think he was one of the ones that started at the beginning too. I also jumped on board doing content for that map as well. And there might have been a couple of others, but it was just a very small select few. Argsy kept on streaming on there. He still does content for that map, and then over time the interest builds, and he has a much larger community than I do, and I thought that was interesting. So it pays off to have other content creators play the same content that they're playing. Because I started recently noticing that my viewership is going up on my No Man's Land maps, or my Aussie No Man's maps and map gameplay. And I've only had a few episodes in, and I'm kind of like, oh, I wonder why that is. But I noticed that more content on it is out on the YouTube algorithm, and I was like, well, it's not me doing all the work. to do that, because I'm so small, right? And I thought, well, I know Argsy is doing that map and a few others, so I look at it and I say, well, that's kind of interesting analytical data right there. So it means that it does help to help your fellow content creators. It's the concept that you're in the mall, right? So you've got a choice. If you run a business, you can go ahead and run it on your own property somewhere else, right? Or you can go ahead and go to the mall, right? Put your business in the mall, and all of the other businesses in that mall, right, will help your particular product line too, right? Or your store as well, because everybody knows, oh well, I'm gonna go there, right? So think of the mall as the map, right? So Aussie No Man's Land map is the mall. So I get my little teeny shop off into the corner. Maybe it's kind of like the little lotto stand shop. You've seen one of those little lottery ticket stand shops. You know, they're off to the little corner there, and they maybe sell you a packet of gum, maybe a little bit of pop, and a chocolate bar, and some music, and there's a magazine rack. It's off in the corner, you know. Some people don't really go to it very often, and there's that person just standing there waiting for business. So that's me. And then and I'm in the mall, right? And then you've got like Farm Sim Guy or Argsy Gaming, right? They're in the mall too. Argsy Gaming is what, I don't know, Best Buy, and Farm Sim Guy is also in there. He's maybe a big giant grocery chain or something like that, right? On each side of the mall, right? So the people are going in to go see that, right? And me, well, I might buy a lottery ticket from Kiram Gaming in the corner there, right? So that's kind of the thought process, I think, that and approach that YouTube takes, I think, with the algorithm, which is kind of good because you're not having to always like you're building a community. You're not like going after other people, right? Other content creators. You're working together, which I think is great, and I think that's what really gets things going. I think we got game save. So that's what I like about having this small channel, because you can pay attention to these little... Holy crow, how heavy is it? Oh, I got way too many. I got like stack upon stack. I got like double stack going on here. Can I get... There we go. Yeah, I picked up way too many, guys. I went in for the deep dive there. Oh wow, I went in because your forks can pick up 2 stacks in sometimes. There, I got distracted, so so there's a lot of analytics and way I think YouTube does things. Like I said, I'm a bit of a nerd with understanding methodologies and analytics and stuff like that, like how the machinery works, the mechanic works inside of live streaming. Trying to see the trending, seeing the changes, how the algorithm works. I mean, it's kind of, you know, how sophisticated it is. It's not just that you just get online and you do content. There's so much machinery in the background that makes a channel successful and how the platform works, right? And until you start like playing live streaming, I mean, most people don't really give a crap about the analytics and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of content creators that's just like, oh, I'm just going to go on and live stream. I don't care. I'm going to just do my thing. And if there's some interesting, simple stuff that I like to know about, then I'm just going to go ahead and do it, right? And that's cool, right? But and I just gonna have fun, which is fine. Me, I like to try like, well, what's coming next? You know, like, how does this all work? What's the guts of this whole thing, right? And YouTube doesn't exactly specifically, you know, give you, you know, a full layout. Obviously, they're not going to do that because that's proprietary information, right, for them. And then they don't really want the recipe to be given out to other competitors, right? They do explain certain things. I mean, you can watch their engineers, or analytical engineers, as I think they're called. They are guests on some YouTube channels, and also guests on, well, they also do their own weekly update information videos as well. And when I say guests on a channel, I don't mean that they're on a guest on my channel or a gaming channel. They are basically they are guests on channels that are educational channels to teach you how to be a better content creator. So most people usually go on YouTube and they, you know, watch a cooking thing, or they will watch a video game play, but there are actually channels that are completely dedicated to how to improve your channel, So basically it's content for me as a streamer. Channels where there's content creators creating content to tell me how to be a better content creator. And I watch those channels, and usually the YouTube people are on there. As an example, there is a Twitch streamer, well, he does YouTube as well, named Nutty. All he does the entire live stream is just sit there and tell you what new software is out there, what new cameras are out there, what new studio software is out there for you to live stream, and also how to design and lay out your live stream. Like you can see, I've got on my live stream, I got scrolling text at the bottom. I've got like my Kiram gaming flashing back and forth. I've got a crash counter. I've got mist in the background. I basically picked that up from watching these types of channels that I had mentioned to you, where they just tell you how you can improve your channel, and tell you what new technology is coming out. And during the live stream, that's all he pretty much does. He doesn't play any video games. He jokes around and, you know, creates a bit of suspense, I suppose. But yeah, it's not your run-of-the-mill kind of live stream. It's not like you're watching someone play a video game, right? Or a cooking channel or anything like that. He's just in there, and all his audience is pretty much a person like myself who's trying to grow their YouTube channel or their Kick channel or their Twitch channel, etc. And I just listen to what he has to say and whatever products he goes out to put out. He usually, Nutty mainly focuses on the software, the effects, the layout, the look, and sometimes products. Some pretty geeky things, like as an example, I mean, he has a Dynamo printer, okay? Don't know if you know what that is, but it's a label printer. So you'll probably see that in a retail store, a very small retail shop or something, and it prints out a label or a receipt. So he has one of those that are hooked up to his computer, and how it works is that if he gets like a follow on Twitch, because he usually is on Twitch mostly, what will happen is it will print out a label. So that means that you as an audience person, if you were to follow him, or send him a message or do something that's interactive with his stream, so from your computer and you're doing the interaction, it will actually print out a label. Sometimes I think he's even got it set up to the point that if you, like on Twitch, you can use marks or points to, as you're watching the stream, you get these little point things that I'm not on Twitch, so I'm kind of a little off topic on the specific wording that they use. I think it's called bits. You get bits, okay? And you spend the bits, which gives you the ability to do something like either hype up your message in chat or do an audio recording thing or something along those lines. So if you're on Twitch, you've ever been on Twitch, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so you do this action. Let's say you say, "Hey Nutty, how are you doing? I think you're freaking cool," or something like that. You type that in there and you use your bits. When you use the bits and you send that message, it will go to his chat, and it will actually kick the Dynamo printer to print out a sheet of paper with your message on it. And then he puts it in a little jar and keeps it. So it's a physical message you've actually given to him through his Dynamo printer, which is pretty cool. Not many streamers usually I see use that tech, but I'm using that as an example as how crazy, or I guess nutty I should say, he is. And he does other stuff too, like shows for OBS settings, how to set up your stream, new plugins you can get for OBS. Like you can see in my current stream right now, if you are on my, well, I guess you see it on vertical too, vertical for YouTube, but more on horizontal. So people that are watching my YouTube horizontal and watching my Kick broadcast as right now, you'll notice that my game screen is slightly slanted or 3D-ish, and then it's got like that drop shadow of blue. So that's something else that I picked up from him. So normally when you put in a scene in OBS or something like that, usually it's just flat, okay? Just flat. You'll see that quite often, but by watching him, and because he had released some content about that, I was able to get some interesting plugins to put a drop shadow effect and then make my window a little slanted. If it had been completely flat, I would have less real estate on probably the right side of my live stream. So there you go. What else? As you know, I've got kind of video animation playing a lot. I have a lot of video in like my start scene. There's a lot of moving objects like the leaves and all of that stuff. I watched a bit of Nutty's, channel to learn how to optimize video footage, because you can't just put any video footage into your live stream, or else you'll just end up blowing out your encoder. So there's an encoder in OBS that basically allows the deciphering and understanding of how you're going to take the information from your PC, and usually it's encoded on your... Excuse me guys, I got a voice message. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I'm probably going to be doing that a few times this stream, like I said, I got my sister messaging me as she traverses across the country of Canada to come visit. So that was her. She just stopped in, I guess she's flying from Ottawa to where I live in British Columbia, and she just messaged me to let me know that she's currently on her layover in Calgary at this time. So an extremely long layover. She just arrived there. It's like 11, almost a quarter, 15, quarter to 11. Yeah, almost quarter to 11. And then she's supposed to arrive in BC in, let me think here, at 2 p.m. So it's 11 right now. And I live about just half an hour away, so she's gonna let me know when she gets on the plane, because the flight time between Calgary and here is generally 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. And she's getting off in Abbotsford, not Vancouver, so I don't have to fly, I don't have to drive all the way up to Vancouver Airport or anything like that. If that was the case, well, I probably wouldn't be live streaming at this time. But it's just down the highway, which isn't too bad. So she said she's going to let me know or message me as soon as she starts boarding her next plane to do the final flight from Calgary to, well, here. So should be pretty cool. So that's why I'm live streaming earlier today, and why my live streams will probably be a little bit erratic for the next few days. So kind of very much excited about it. I haven't seen her in, I don't know, a long time, so be good. We're both people that don't like to travel very much. I don't like traveling, so my sister's the same. Surprisingly, she's very much like myself. Like whenever I usually travel back east, in some cases I have used hotels. So getting onto the plane like the day before or something like that, sometimes I will use hotel services, which is sort of what she's done. Where she lives is about 5 hours out from Ottawa, so she spent the night in Ottawa, which was a good thing to do, because that's what I always do unless I can stay with a family member that's home in Ottawa, because I do have some family members in Ottawa. But when I'm going there during the summer, most of the time they are not home, so they're out doing something, right? They'll be out on the lake fishing, which is kind of remote. So then I usually use a hotel that's close to the airport. If I'm flying out of Vancouver, and I've done that a couple of times, I will generally spend the night in Vancouver, get a hotel room and spend the night. So in some cases I might end up with like a few nights of hotel stays. Just depends on where I'm flying out of and whatnot. So that should give you guys kind of idea there. But anyways, back to what I was saying earlier. So yeah, OBS does encoding, which can either use your CPU to do the encoding, or it can use your graphics card to use the encoding. It's better to use your graphics card, but even you can overdo it on your graphics card. So you have to make sure that you optimize your video footage if you're going to play it on live stream. Like, you know, that I've got, well, the background that's playing on my horizontal, well, actually even my vertical and horizontal both have video scenes playing right now. So you've got like the if you're on vertical, watching me on vertical, you see the green mist in the background and the pulsing letters moving forward and back. That's all a video file. And then if you're on horizontal, which I know I've got people on Kick and I've got people on YouTube horizontal watching my live stream right now, in the background you've got that field, plowed field with a bit of corn there, and then you've got the crash counter back box, and then the lower box for the scrolling text for my subscribers, and then of course the mist. That's all a video file running in the background, so that has to be properly optimized. the video footage that I play at the beginning of my broadcast advertising Farming Simulator 25, that also has to be optimized as well. So every video file, every scene, most of my scenes are all video. You can do two different types of scenes. So you can do like static scenes. So that's where you've got no animation at all. It's just an image. Those are super easy to do. You just go into a editing program. Trying to think what it would be. Photoshop. I guess you could do Paint. Microsoft Paint. There you go. Paint.net, there's one. Pixlr is normally what I go into. You have to be a bit careful with Pixlr though, because it's just so bloated with advertising. So whenever I use it, I actually have to use a anti-spyware program to clear out the ad junk that gets downloaded while I'm doing my editing on there. It drives me crazy. And there's quite a bit of bloatware that gets in, but that's how they pay for the freeness of the app, right? So every time you do something free, there's a cost. But yeah, sometimes I forget to run my spyware program before I start my live stream. And then it does affect your performance. Like, you won't notice performance issues on your PC if you just build the image and you just start doing regular stuff. But whenever you start live streaming, you're using all your resources pretty much on your computer. Especially me, because I'm actually gaming on my computer while I'm live streaming. So I'm using the computer to live stream and I'm using it to game at the same time. So I'm using a heck of a lot of resources just to do that. And sometimes I get bottlenecked with resources, or my system chokes up. So if I have like spyware on the system after using Pixlr or whatnot, I notice right away issues right away in my live stream, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to kick that crap out of here. I think I overdid it again, guys. I picked up too much of a heavy load. I'll back up a bit. So, but as soon as I run the scanner and I clear the stuff out, then I'm fine. Usually everything balances out. I've been thinking of trying something else out, or trying to find something else out. Most people get Photoshop, but I'm not really interested in paying a subscription fee for an app. I might try Paint.net or something. I think there was one other one Photopea, I think it is. But I think that's through a website too, so I might even get bloatware there. But I've just gotten so used to the simplicity of Pixlr that I can't get away from it. I've tried doing thumbnails in DaVinci Resolve, which you can make some pretty impressive ones, but it's a lot more work. You're doubling your workload if you're building a thumbnail in DaVinci Resolve, which is my video editing program, by the way, or my suite. I suppose if you get a standardized template built in there, it will be fine if you build a thumbnail inside DaVinci Resolve and you have no intentions of overly drastically changing the layout. I mean, you can swap out like images and stuff like that and maybe do text editing, but the generic layout, if you're not changing that too much, then you'll probably be fine. You just have to go ahead into DaVinci Resolve, go into Fusion and build your nodes a little bit. Or just drag to the timeline, I guess is the quickest way, but it just depends on how much of an art piece you want to make out of your thumbnail. All right. So, I apologize if I'm boring anyone over all of this stuff about live streaming and video editing and all that stuff. Hopefully I'm not too boring, or hopefully you find it somewhat interesting. So yeah, back onto the topic of videos. You have to format it properly. So my background, most of the video files that I have on my live stream are all built in DaVinci Resolve. So I go into Fusion and I start making the layout. I make the mist, I make the moving glow lights and all of the fancy stuff, the leaves flying through the air, you name it. Go in there, I do that, and then I render out my project. So it basically creates a file. Once that file is done, then I have to actually run it through another program to encode it differently, so that it's acceptable to be played on inside Studio. If I don't do that, my Studio software will just choke up. And then I'll have like lag, or I will have all sorts of other issues and stuff like that. It'll basically overmax the power of my PC, essentially, which goes a little bit crazy. Now, and generally, like you've probably noticed, a lot of the people probably wonder, well, I do enjoy World of Warcraft, and I enjoy it quite a bit. But there's another reason why I do World of Warcraft live streams. I sort of use it as a benchmark tool as well, just to see, because I'm doing so much stuff, right? Trying to improve my stream, adding visual effects. That is GPU and CPU and memory munchers. So if you don't have at least a decent PC, it's gonna choke up, essentially. So I usually I do enjoy playing World of Warcraft, like I said, but I generally go on there and it just lets me know, how far I can actually take some of the graphics and how far I can go with it, right? So if you start seeing like the particle effect with the background, which I think probably a few of you guys have seen, where it just starts like getting all pixelated, that's an indication that you're overdoing it with your graphics, which I think I've reached my threshold. So I can compensate for that by changing preset settings in OBS, by making things faster. I can probably do that, which I've been doing. I probably have to make a slight more adjustment on that, because I noticed that I do get quite a bit of pixelation the last few streams, so I'll have to go in there and make some adjustments, I think, and speed up the presets a little. The downside to increasing presets is that you can run into lag, so meaning bandwidth issues, but I don't think I'll have too much of a problem with that, because I've got pretty expensive internet, so I think I can handle that. We'll see. I do have to make another preset adjustment, because I still pixelate a little bit with World of Warcraft. If I got background applications running, then I've got then that can also chew up my resources too. If I'm watching my own live stream, as an example, that can also cause pixelations as well, because my system's trying to play back my own stream back to me through YouTube or Kick, right? So I have to usually remember to shut those off whenever I'm live streaming. what else? And shut down any background applications that I may have running, so like an antivirus or something like that. And then of course, well, like I said, spyware, right? So all of that uses your system resources without you even knowing about it. So you shut all that down and then you start live streaming, or you do it in the live stream, and then it smooths out like to what we've got right now, where I've got no pixelation. But I know last night when I was Warcrafting, right? Doing Warcraft, there was pixelation. That's a different game, right? It's got a lot more, I don't know, a lot of moving parts going on in there. You got your spells going off and blasts of this and that and everything, right? So it really taxes out your system. So I probably got to do another preset adjustment, which will probably be next on my to-do list. If I add a lot of video scenes, once again, I got more video that I add in. Like this is just one video file that I have right now running both on the horizontal and the vertical stream, which isn't too bad. We're going to go this way, I guess. But I'm running two at the moment because I've got my vertical stream going. And then I've got my horizontal as well. So vertical and horizontal video playing. But if I added like another video file, then that means more resources being used. So because the OBS software has to render out two video files all on one stream, right? So my methodology for construction is that I try to put everything into one video file, so that I don't have multiple video files running, unless I switch a scene, which is fine. I think I got everything picked up. Let's just swing around over here. I think we can do our bee delivery. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's my glue factory over on the right. This will have to get all cemented in, I think. So bring the roller over here. I think I'll make it the same texture as this stuff here. All right. I'll get out of that. Go back into our truck over here. Did I get everything cleared out? Oh, I forgot about the chipboard. Okay, fine. I gotta scroll a little bit further to closer to my desk, or else I can't reach the pedals. So I got quite a few. This is chipboard. This stuff I'm not really using. This stuff usually gets sold, this chipboard. I imagine I would use it as a product for something, but at the moment, not really using it. It's sticking. Why are you sticking? My forks. There we go. So yeah, something if this hobby grows even further, what would end up happening down the road at some point, but I'm limited in space, so I can't really do it, but you never know. But if I could get like a PC, small PC that could handle the broadcast aspect of it and then just have one PC doing gaming, that would be the best thing to do. Because then you've got one computer handling the video game play. Then you've got the other computer doing all of the stream setup. And there are some live streamers that do that. I'm not sure about in the farming sim community. I think DJ Goham does it. Yeah, and maybe the farm sim guy. There might be a few others, but definitely DJ Goham. Well, actually no, I think he's changed. I think he does it differently now. Okay, so I know DJ has done it, or does it, or has done it, where he has like one system that does his gaming and then one system that does his video footage stuff, and probably live stream. But I say did because I believe just before he went to like FarmCon, he got like a brand new supercomputer, as I'm going to call it. And if I understood him, I'll have to watch that video again because I can't remember because it was so long ago. But as I understand it, it's specifically set up so that he's got like a super rig to do like everything from it. Kermit suggested it to him to get, which is Giants' communication coordinator for North America, by the way, if you don't know who Kermit is. And he was a live streamer on Twitch before he became an employee of Giants. Just a little history lesson there. But anyways, yeah, he suggested that DJ get this computer. I forget what it was called. But anyways, you check out his channel sometime just before he goes to FarmCon, and he does kind of an unboxing and a studio review. But for sure, he does or has done what I explained, where you have one computer doing the broadcasting, and then he's got another PC that handles basically the gameplay, which is probably your most optimal situation you could probably get into, and you would have less issues probably during your live streams if you want something like exceptionally crazy. Nutty, the person, you guys probably won't know who he is, maybe unless you're a live streamer and you dig for information like I do. He is also a person that does two PCs, one for gaming or showing stuff, or doing stuff, and then one PC for doing the actual broadcasting. And he has like a full studio, same with DJ Goham. So that kind of gives you some ideas of what you can do. Oh, I spilt that. Darn. But a lot of people do everything from one PC, literally. So meaning they do the broadcasting, which is what I do. I do the broadcasting and the gaming from my computer that I'm sitting at. And I think I do push my system pretty much to the limits, I think. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. I also look at other studio programs too, or try to. OBS, that keeps on bringing me back to OBS. I was on Prism Studios. I found that their encoder worked quite well. I mean, I did have some slight encoding issues with Prism Studios, but not as bad as OBS. The only problem with Prism Studios is that not all of the plugins I want to use we'll work on it. So like the ATOM technology that I'm starting to use, which allows me to multi-stream. That's why I'm like on Kick and why I'm on YouTube. And that's why I'm on YouTube vertical. So as you guys are probably just watching me on one of my streams, but I'll just quickly mention that I actually live stream. Right now I'm live streaming thrice. So I'm on Kick, I'm on vertical YouTube, and I'm on vertical horizontal, essentially. So right now as we speak, that's how I'm broadcasting. My YouTube community probably knows a little bit more because they can see the channel. So if you're on Kick, you're probably not going to see it because the other two broadcasts are all on YouTube. But just take my word for it, or check out my YouTube channel. It's Kiram Gaming, and you'll probably see over there that I am actually broadcasting 2 live streams right now. So yeah, doing that. So that's through ATOM technology. ATOM provides the horizontal plugin support, vertical plugin support, so that you can do like, I don't know, YouTube Shorts live feed, which is what I do the vertical for YouTube, or you can do TikTok if you want to, I suppose. Maybe Instagram. I can't remember if Instagram has a live feed or not. I think, Facebook Reels, I think, isn't it? That's where they do it. Anyways, your vertical content, they have a plugin for that. So I use that. That gets my viewership higher. Kick does not support vertical at the moment. So they got a little catching up to do, I think, with regards to that. They just only do horizontal. Why do I hear a beep, beep, beep noise still? Okay, let's prep this. We only got a few more to grab. The other plugin that they do is the multi-stream plugin. So that's a plugin that you throw into OBS or the studio software, and it allows you to send your broadcast to Kick, YouTube, and Twitch and Rumble, and there might be another platform that I'm forgetting to mention. I said Kick, did I? Yeah. And you can do that. You can set, the plugin has an easy interface, and you can set it up to how much bit rate you want to send to these different outputs, or different channels providers. And then Bob's your uncle. So, which is what I'm doing right now, and unfortunately ATOM only allows it on I got someone in the background enjoying my comments, saying Bob my uncle. Anyways, they only support basically OBS. The vertical I somewhat got working in Prism Studios, but it was so hard to see because everything was like pure white with gray, and it was just like, oh fine, I'm going back to OBS. I was very sad because I was quite happy with Prism Studios. Oh, look at that, my truck is full. So we're going back to the farm. Might have to come back here and pick up another load. All right, let's just swing this way. We're on the back here. So yeah, I had to go back. There are some other studio suites that are being made. So a lot of people like Farm Sim Freak had mentioned to me, what is it, Streamlabs Studio, which is an offshoot of OBS. They do have what do you call it? They do have a multi-streaming functionality, but they lock it behind a paywall, whereas ATEM provides the plug-in technology for free, and you can plug it into your OBS. And I was looking at, I like a lot of the stuff that the Streamlabs OBS has, but the key thing that I was looking for was, oh, well, can I put a plug-in in? And the answer is no. so which I don't think they will change, because it will cut into their paywall, right? Because they'll be like, oh, well, you guys are just going to use ATEM and we won't make any money, and you won't use our multi-streaming paywall plugin, right? There's a lot of stuff in the Streamlabs setup where how you can organize your scenes and your sources. It's a very clean interface. I was intrigued. I was kind of sold on it because Farm Sim Freak was, he uses it, all of his guys use it, and I guess he wanted me on board to try to figure out to see if I could get the ATEM plugin to work, but it's not possible. So I had to give up on that. I had to go back to OBS. Well, I never left. I still, because you can install these studio softwares all over your PC. Like I still have Prison Live Studios. I still have Streamlab Elements installed. You can have them installed. You just don't run them all at the same time, right? But they're there in case something breaks. Right, I got at least another studio program I can jump into real quick, and maybe hashtag something together for a live stream. And I have done that before in the past. I had to go from Prism Studio to OBS and back and forth a few times in the past. But yeah, and there's a few other streaming software programs that are coming out down the road that have a much cleaner and sleeker design, less complex. But the thing is they're not as developed as OBS. OBS is king simply because it's open source, and they've been the provider for so long. That's just the reality of it. The other factor is these other studios are looking for ways to make money somehow. But they need to be smarter about it, because no one's going to leave OBS if you take away some of the stuff that they love, right? So like ATEM, I think even ATEM even has their own studio. If they were smart, well, I don't think they'll do it now, because they'll probably get a lot of people mad at them, but they could literally just say, look, you need to use our studio software and pay for it if you want this plugin. But I don't think they'll do that, because I think they're trying to compete with Streamlabs, and Streamlabs is basically pretty good with their studio. So I think they're going reverse. So Streamlabs provides the studio software for free, but if you want to do multi-streaming, you need to pay them. And I think ATEM, how they're doing it is they're providing a studio software package, but you have to pay for the studio package, but you get the plugin for multi-streaming for free. So it's the opposite, basically. So that's kind of interesting. Now, if someone else comes into the show and creates their own multi-streaming function of some sorts, then it'll probably blow them both out of the water. Literally say, look, we're gonna cut you both out, right? And they'll probably be biting their nails at that point, saying, well, what do we do now, right? Especially if they provide like a studio program, and a decent studio program, and the plugin at the same time, both for free. Okay, we're pulling into the beehive area, so that's my logging zone. This is my new area here, by the way. So I did terraforming in here. I think this is my unload point, if I'm not mistaken. So these are my beehives. I think this is where I put my bees. Not sure if they're gonna go in or not. Got that strap. There we go. So we'll fill this up. This thing will start making honey. We'll go this way. This is my silage bunker, by the way, guys. So we're gonna give a little bit. So this was all terraformed out, by the way. This is what I did with my last stream. So how I envision how this is going to work when I start, I'm going to go into flight mode to show you guys. So it's, maybe I better put my flashlight on. Flight mode. So basically my truck traffic will come down here. Probably a tractor with, I don't know, probably a trailer on the back, and he'll come in here. He'll skirt down this side. It's going to be a bit tight. I don't know. I'm probably going to have to ride up the edge here and then turn here and then drive all the way up to here probably, and then reverse course back into here, dump, and then drive out that way. And then I'll probably, with this particular silage bunker, if you're going to do like auto drive for emptying, you're going to want to set up two. So you'll have one point going in about here and another point going into here. And then that's how it's going to work. So I'll probably have silage pit 1A and then silage pit 1B. And that'll be the entry points for like forage wagons and trailers. Then I will have a tractor probably parked here, and he will basically do the compaction and the spreading, and while the tractors are going out to the field to do what they're doing, right, to get more stuff from the forage harvesters. And then I have my honey farm over here too. Well, let's go in here. Beehives. So those are the hives. Well, I can pick that up. Oh, that's cool. So this probably gets filled up. Honey dispensing. But I can get them to pop out here, I think. So I'm not sure how the beehive has 10,000 in it. Where's my production point? Probably here. So this is going to make, oh, I'm full up on bees. It's going to make wax and honey. Wax goes into the candle shop. Honey is, well, honey. Everybody has seen that. So that should give you kind of an idea. I think I'm out of straw there, aren't I? Yep. So, yeah, this is my beehive. So it looks like the production is going. I've got other beehives being made, which I can probably pick up later. This area is going to continue to be my logging area. As I clear back here, and then eventually I'll have to pull this stuff out. I'll probably eventually start terraforming this area, perhaps. I'm not sure. it might turn into a field of some sorts on this side, and this will remain as a road. There will be a road going up this way, which I probably will have to start terraforming in, which will go along here. And then this will remain, this will continue become another field on this side, probably. Grass field or something like that. Which means a lot of terraforming on my part, pretty much. And my logging zone will have to be moved, because that will be a field. So it should be pretty interesting. Maybe it'll become a larger potato field. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I need to do a lot more logging and clear cutting. And then once that's done, I can move some of this stuff over or redesign it or something like that. It's hard to say. Hey, let's go ahead and try to fill up. I think this is full of water at the moment. I might move the water tank over here too, or put one over here, or a water source over here. We're gonna put this into the steam generator. Not sure why it's not emptying. That's my wheat field. Where's the water input? Oh, this takes a certain type of water. I need a water treatment plant, I think. Here, let's go in here. Yeah, it takes treated water, which is a different type of water. So I guess I'll have to buy water. Go. Pump out some electricity. That provides power, basically. In case you're wondering, I need a water treatment plant, probably. Okay, let's go over here. It won't be long before I have to start to do that field. Now we'll have to look at concrete because I've got a bridge to build. So I've got lots of concrete coming up out there. There's my trailer. Let's just park the water trailer here for now. Start clearing out these productions, I guess. There we go. Pick those up. We'll have to make a trip or a delivery for the cement. 'Cause that's the last piece that I need for my bridge. There we go. Maybe I can pick up this, can I? Then my cornfield will be ready to go eventually. There we go. Grab that. And then the cement is what I really need. Hopefully I've got quite a bit of it being made. I've got 2 factories finally going, so hopefully that will speed things up a bit. And okay. I'll have to check out the oil factory as well. Concrete, so that's 3. Be really cool if another batch popped out. A concrete is very slow. I recommend getting 2 concrete factories if you can. I didn't realize how slow it is to get concrete. Let's go over here. Oh, there's another stack that popped out over there, so that's good. This one is going. I don't know. It's probably not on spawn. Where's the trigger? Oh yeah, right up here. Open that out. Oh yeah, this is full. Change output to spawning. Spawning. Most of these most of the products are fairly cheap, so you don't make a lot of money off of barriers or pavers and blocks and stuff. So it's basically intended for not really making money, but constructing stuff. Because I've sent so much stuff, I like barely make any money off of the stuff that I get out of the concrete factory. So just something to take note. I probably really should not be making any. Oh boy. Why me? Why me? Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened there. Oh my god. Wow. Well, a tornado came in, guys. And let's see, why can't I enter that? Wow. Let's see, hopefully I don't ruin my crop here. Nope. The potatoes are doing fine still. That was just crazy. I just tabbed into the vehicle and voila, it went all crazy like that. Oh, don't know. So I might put a sheep farm on the other side there, maybe with some grass or something, or alfalfa or some other type of grass. I think in that area. Get some animals going. There we go. Another paver. We'll see how much stuff we need. Bump, 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 bump. There's another paver. And I got lots of gold over there too. Let's just turn that off. So yeah, get maybe 3 concrete factories if you can. That might be the best to do. Especially if you're doing any like heavy construction, because concrete comes out so slowly. The pavers and all the other stuff spits out so quickly, but concrete not so quick. There are some things you can do, like hook up electricity, this sort of speed things up, because you get some bonuses for that. There might be another tier level of concrete factory, but there's a lot of stuff. Get the concrete factory down quick earlier on in PV Canyon Crossing, especially you intend to build a lot of stuff, and just get it cranking up concrete right away. That's sort of what I ended up doing. Okay, this is gold over here. Let's go ahead and pick this all up. I'm probably going to have to make a run to the bank to sort of make some big cash. That's bricks. Another construction material. Bricks aren't too bad, but they don't make me a lot of money either. Right now the wood products seem to make me the most, and then, you know, standard farm products, I suppose. But I've got the bricks if I want them. They're here, just in case. Let's just back this up a bit. We'll move over here. We have to clear out this. I would probably put down 3 forges, by the way. I've only got 2 running, but I think unless you do a blacksmith, maybe that might be a little faster. I don't have a blacksmith down, which I think is, but I think you can't make one product out of there. You still need a forge or something, I think, for glass. So just something to be aware of. At some point I'll put a blacksmith down, probably in this area somewhere. Okay, I think I've got everything picked up and moved. I've got one more screener over here. Yeah, this one over here. So we're just pumping out the gold. And these run on gasoline, and there we go. That's about 4 jars. I'll go and put this in. I choose one forge to do the gold because it just, I don't make very many. I haven't actually sold any of my gold. And it takes a while for it to be created, the flakes, so. Alright, so that's done. I'm gonna spin around now so this should be made into a roadway. I'll probably do that after I'm done harvesting the corn. I might put a roadway all the way back here. That's my fuel factory. I probably should move that. Put it in a better spot. It's sort of in the way. This is my straw harvest area, or straw area. I think I need some straw. That's what I need. Not sure if I have straw in here. I need straw bales. Only one? I've got a few in here. That's one straw item. Here's another one. I think I still have got flight mode on. Yeah, I do. I don't know why I can't hit enter vehicle. I probably picked up an item, that's why. Okay. This is all terraformed, by the way, all of this area. Well, logged, I should say. Put this in straw. Eventually I'm going to do pellets at some point. But I just need an area to put it down. There we go. See if we can grab another one. There we go. And I make quite a bit of money off of the straw accessories. I just wish that the spawn point was a little different. But it does what I need it to do, I guess. I got more round bales over here. I think that's probably good enough. Let's go check my windmill and soup factories, which is down here. So windmill and bread factory. Let's go ahead and pick all of this up. Ta-da! I make a lot of money off of bread too. At some point I want to try to buy the mill that's already on the map, which I probably will do. Let's just spin around here. Hello T-Man! Gaming, sorry. Good afternoon. I got so distracted with my chats and discussions and everything, I didn't look at the chat and didn't see it come in. Usually when I get into doing productions and stuff like that, I get a little overwhelmed and distracted a bit. But thank you for stopping in. I'm just going through my productions right now on PV Canyon Crossing. I'm trying to get everything together. I got my soup factory. All of this was all logged out, by the way, T-Man. So all of the stuff in front of you was all put in by me. These were all trees. I've done a significant amount of logging. Oh, T-Man? Okay, cool. That makes it a little easier. Yeah, just call me Kiram. Don't have to say gaming. Easier. Oh my god, look at that. These are my vegetables. I'll pick that up. So this is my soup factory from the vegetable DLC. And there was trees all in this area. I'm excited to say that. There we go. So I just move them out of here. And I move them into here. Or Tim. Oh, gotcha. Well, it's nice to meet you, Tim. I'm glad you're here because I'm so excited to show you what I've done. Because when I started the series of the map, I'm going into flight mode. Like all of this area, like this, the fields, all of this was trees. The roadways were not here. I put them in with terraforming. All of this area I had to log out. So this is the natural forest over here, and that's sort of what was in here. Like you can see all these trees and this like red dirt. All of this area, like I put that tree in there. I put the flowers in there, that little roundabout. All of this area, all these fields were not fields, they were all trees. This road was trees. That field there, which is my wheat field, was trees. So this was all trees. Trees over here. And all of this was all trees. And I had to log it all out. Literally, logging. This field here was not here, it was trees. So everything in here was trees up to... I'm trying to get over here. That was all trees over there. This is all trees. All those buildings were trees. And I'll show you where the tree line started. So you can see the tree line over there. That's the edge of my property. But the tree line started right... Well, you can see here, you see the red dirt down there? This is where all of the trees were. So all the way back there, I logged all this out and all this stuff I put in myself. This is my industrial area. So I have a cement factory here, 2 cement factories. I've got rock screeners to make gold here, one here, one way over here. These are my storages for holding my material. So I've got all of this was trees, by the way, too. And then I put this roadway in over here. I'm so excited to show you this. Yes, absolutely. This was painted in with terraforming. This roadway I put in myself. The trees, these trees I put in myself. This is my power plant. So on this map, you need to have like a power plant. It's a coal power plant to get like bonuses for my buildings. So that's what that is. And I've got some solar panels there too to get power, because that gives me building bonuses. And then this is what I built with terraforming. I dug into here. I probably took about 3 to 4 million liters of stone out of here with terraforming. And then I painted this in. This is my silage bunker that I'll be using, because I have a cornfield. So I'll be doing silage for the corn. And then because this is beehive episode, these are my beehives. So I had to take beehives in here, and if you go in here, see it's making little honey. It makes wax and honey. The wax, I go and I put it into a wax production. So I'm excited about that. And then this is my logging setup. So I have my trucks here. So what happens is I cut them down. I drag them here and I delimb them. This is my delimbed rack. And I pick these up and I dump them up the ramp and then I dump them into the truck. And then I take them to the mill. That is a lot of work, yes. And I just cut a lot of trees. It's like crazy. So this is the main farm. I'm excited. I've got a massive cornfield that I put in over here too. Yep, you should find me. It's Kiram Gaming with my logo in Discord. I am in Argsy's community and Farm Sim Guys community and the list, so just send me a hello and message me. But yeah, I'd be glad to have you on board as a friend. But yeah, it's been progress. What else? Oh, and then I gotta show you my lumber mill, which is over here. So that's where I cut all the trees down. Then I bring it over here. And this is where my lumber mill is. I drive this in here. And then my... Let me think. This is my sawdust output here. Or wood chips. And then I have to fill up the truck. This is my wood chip silo. And then back here, this is Argsy Gaming's universal storage mod. So I tied it into the shed. So I use his mod for making this into a storage. And then this is a pallet factory. Then I've got some of the other factories here from the Platinum DLC. I think these are like wood shingles and roofing tiles. This is a glue factory, so I need the glue factory to make beehives, which is over here. So I make my beehives here, like this is one hive made, and then I take it over to the main farm as an input. This is like the hives going into the bee farm, basically. And we have like a dude in here working away. So that's that. And then I have a massive cornfield over here. That's my glue factory down there. Yeah, I am exactly the same way. I'm just like constantly going. Oh, I gotta show you my dock. Here's my dock. This is freaking cool too. I gotta tab through my vehicles. It's gonna take me to the barge. There's a barge on this map, by the way. Tab, tab, tab. This is the mining area. Front end loader to mine sand. There's another front end loader to do stone in that mine. This is the swather pack. This is another cornfield to the left. Where's my bulldozer, dump truck? Oh yeah, this is Mark Thor's harvester for like vegetables, so I use that. Sprayer. Okay, where's my boat? Oh yeah, this is my oil factory. We'll come to that in a moment. Trying to get to my boat. Here we go. So this is my dock. So I'm on an island, so I need a boat. So this is my boat. So I drive it into the dry dock. I load my trucks on here. And then when I'm ready to go, bam, I just drive the boat out of here. That's how it works. And then if I want to lock it in, I just lock it in. That way it's not going to move anywhere. So I drive this boat up the river to the mainland so that I can unload and sell my products. It's the only way I can like sell my products. I have no bridge, which comes to what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a bridge, by the way. I gotta go to my map to get to that part. So where's the bridge area? I think I'm over here. So this is my bridge supplies, and my bridge is going to be built right here. So I gotta dump the right materials. I need like 100,000 liters of concrete, 100,000 liters of wood beams, 100,000 liters of planks, 10,000 nails, and 10,000 metal. And I put it in here, and it's going to build a bridge from here all the way over the river, which means I won't have to use the boat as much. And I'll have access to the shop because the shop's over there. I own that property way over there too, and I have like a little dry dock there for my boat, so I unload over there. Oh, for sure. Yep. It's a bit tricky, the terraforming. The other thing you need to be careful too is that you need like not all equipment is like supported by terraforming. That's something to be aware of. So like there's like, what is it? FS Miner. If you're using his mods, make sure that you're using his version of terraforming. It seems like everybody that has construction equipment has taken terraforming and edited it for their specific purposes or whatever. So that's probably why most people get a little frustrated, because there's no consistency. So if you're using a mod from a modder, ask them first of all, you know, do you have your own version of terraforming, or does this work with terraforming? Those are the two questions that I would have for them, and then you would be able to know if you can use their mod with terraforming. FS Miner, you definitely need to use his version of terraforming to use any of his mods apparently, so just be aware of that. Hello, Michael. Okay, good. And then you've got his version of terraforming, right? Because on his like website and stuff like that, he talks about that you got to use his version of terraforming. He's got it somewhere on there. I am doing well, Michael. 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. That's pretty warm. But yeah, T-Man definitely, yeah, just make sure you're using his version of terraforming. And he's only got one version, so you're pretty safe to use his version of terraforming, because I mean, he seems to be like the king of construction equipment. I mean, he's like, right when I think FS22 came out, he was like constantly like making equipment, so, and he just essentially updates his version of terraforming with all his equipment. Yeah, just double check. And if you're not sure, just go to his site and just download his version. But I know he's definitely saying you have to use my terraforming kind of thing, because I've watched a few of his videos on his equipment, so. There's another modder, RGC, I think, who does like a map and mods. He has his own version of equipment, probably not as much as, I forget his name, the modder, but I know he's got his version of terraforming, but he doesn't have as much equipment as FS Miner. And I'll be honest, I think for me, I'm a little frustrated, I guess. I wish there was just like one terraforming version that would support FS Miner's stuff and everybody else's stuff all together. because what I've noticed is that with some mods you're gonna need so and so's terraforming, and then and then with someone else's mods you're gonna need someone else's terraforming. So I think with the terraforming community, I hope that they might just somehow come to some sort of arrangement to just have one version of terraforming that covers all of it. I'm probably haven't really seen many people really push too much for it. Like I know, like years ago, a lot of us had requested for the auto drive guy and the courseplay guy to work together. I think with the terraforming mod, we probably need something like that to happen. Just some consistency for us players, because we're just going to get frustrated having to flip-flop between terraform versions and mods. It really shouldn't be like, oh well, I have to choose this person over this person. It should be like, well, I can choose both of you if I want. That's how I think it should be with the terraforming mod. So hopefully maybe in FS25 they take that approach. I'm glad that you agree, because I enjoy terraforming, I enjoy the construction equipment, and let's all just be one happy terraforming farm sim community. We're all under one umbrella, working as a dream. So if anyone out there is from either of those communities, hopefully you're hearing what I'm saying and might consider my words. I don't want to be brash or put anyone down or anything. That's not my point. I'm just trying to like put some cohesion here. Make it easier for us people that are playing the game so that we don't have to pull our hair out trying to figure out how to get things to work. The Hitachi 800 just do stones. I've never used that one, but you should be able to change up the stones to other inputs. So you shouldn't have to be restricted, is what I'm trying to say. Do I have a flat deck trailer? But I haven't really used that one. I know Legion gave me a version one time. That was a while ago, and I was picking out like dirt, but that was like when I was on No Man's Land quite a while ago. And I don't think it should be restricted that way. Okay, I gotta get my truck. It's over here. I found my flatbed, by the way. Compost factory. Kansas wheat farmer, welcome in. You made it to the stream. Okay, just give me a sec here. I didn't know 12 o'clock had creeped up so close. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to end the stream. My sister is already boarding the plane, or is on the plane, so I have to go pick her up. So she just messaged me, so she's waiting for takeoff or whatnot. So I guess she's taking off a little sooner than what we had expected. So guys, I am so sorry. But I've got my sister coming in. She's flying in, so I'm gonna go pick her up from the airport. But I'm sorry to leave you guys, but glad to have you guys here. I will probably be on later, but maybe later on tonight. So, because I am usually a night owl, so I'll probably be doing a late night stream. later. And then I might do maybe another, I'll probably do another farming simulator live stream probably at that time, maybe. She can rent a limo. Oh boy, I don't know about that one. I don't know how that would go over with her if I said that. Mind you, she probably would appreciate it. Actually, you know what? She'd be saying, only if you're paying for it. Then she would say, absolutely. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna cut out the stream. Just watch my channel. If I can squeeze in another live stream later on tonight, I will do my best. But I'm gonna go hang out with my sister, pick her up, and do all of that jazz. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting the channel. Remember to like the videos, and we will hopefully maybe see you later tonight. If not, maybe sometime tomorrow or during the next stream, and then we can chatter up again. All right, bye guys.